Hello, ladies and gentlemen. So, in today's world, we have the internet. Developed way back, maybe the 90s, 80s. But the thing that came out of such a wonderful innovation is web browsers, YouTube platforms, streaming services, and why not, of course, a way to communicate across the globe. And while those are good, you know, there can be issues, perhaps feeling lonely, you know. Sure, communicating online is all grand and all, but would it be nice just to have a friend in person? But then even then, what the heck are you gonna do? Where? What events? What events are you gonna go to? I mean, and man, if you're an introvert, that's a huge nightmare, right? But the worst part is when they take advantage of the recent innovation of AI and abuse it, creating all sorts of chatbots just to prey on that loneliness. And I'm talking about you, Mark Zuckerberg. Well, well, it's not just that, but you get the point. You get the gist. So, what the heck are we gonna do? It sounds like a very doom, gloom scenario. And even though it's not the ultimate solution, it can give you a little something to help. An application called Friender. Friender. Okay, Michael, but how are you gonna compete against these companies? Like X, Reddit, Meta, Tinder, Bumble. Someone that asked that question, good question. What makes it different? Apart from maybe email or phone number, this application won't use your data or any personal information for that matter. Furthermore, our map will showcase all the locations for events, and all you need is just a simple input of any location of the area. And guess what? It's 100% friend and it's networking oriented. So you don't even have to worry about, oh yeah, it's a friend app, but also has a dating feature. So no. It's 100% friend and networking. But what also makes it unique, we over at Friender will take the best features and pieces of technology innovated over the years of some of the applications like Hinge or X, but also have iterative improvements to new features over time, like the Canada system. Canada's, hey Michael, you're talking about Canada, right? No, I'm talking about the computing systems, artificial network and analysis and advanced search protocol system. Okay, Michael, fancy words and all, but what is that? What does that do? Okay, another good question. I'm glad I answered. So, what it will do? It will combine the traditional dating apps, tools like profiles, video calls, with social media elements, posting, commenting, and live streaming. But it will also be an AI driven analysis. So instead of just, taking your personal information, what it will do, it'll take your personal interest, all the things you input, perhaps your hobbies, your religion, spirituality, you know, like intent. Heck, you could be a fellow introvert, chilling at home. Maybe you like cats. And instead of just swipe right, swipe left, it will take the interest you put into your very own profile and organize it to where it shows you all the people, all the content that is connected to your interests. Eliminate the mindless scrolling, the mindless army of people. And moreover, it'll even give you suggestions of possible interests. So for instance, let's just say I put RPGs as one of my interests in my bio. It will show, people that may like RPGs, but it'll also suggest people that may like related things like Fallout, D&D, or even Skyrim. Heck, you can even have someone that likes a bit of JRPGs, if you will, okay? But moreover or not, they can even filter out that they may not be interested. And they can even adjust what kind of content they want to see and not want to see. And candidates will suggest to it. This, in turn, will find people that they're interested in. But it will also help them find places and events, as candidates will also take the very input that they typed in for their interests, hobbies and such, and suggest location and do the same thing for locations and events. So let's go back to the RPG example. I like RPGs. Perhaps they'll introduce, I don't know, maybe a Fallout themed restaurant, because why the heck not? And heck, if you're religious, hey, they'll suggest you some churches to you, or any religious buildings whatsoever. And it also will have the checker feature. Now, okay, what's that? Well, it will fact check any posts or any places in the world. And it can even posts leading to anything information or news based. This allowing people to add fact checks to verify or add any crucial details. That can even help people know the truth or perhaps give a nice little insight. So for instance, whether the place is, actually good or terrible. But what will help stand out, it will also allow people to add clickable URLs of any sort, articles, YouTube videos, research studies, that will help allow people to have access, take advantage of the internet, and see the source of the factual claims. And then once that, I have later on, after the design, the presentation of my idea, I went ahead and conducted a user interview. I actually scoured to find people within the targeted audience, as you see right here. And I have actually done this through a phone call or Teams. Now, here's on your screen of the questions, some of the questions that I've asked. Now, why is this important? Well, here's the thing. After the conducting of the interviews, all three of the participants want something in common. They want similar interests, similar values. But moreover, they want people with good traits, like being dependable, being trustworthy, being, a good person. But they also want to go to events not only that they're safe with, but something that they have common. Heck, one of the participants even brought up a church as one of the places to go. And they want, a place that that they actually know is safe. But moreover to this, they do not trust social media platforms, particularly keeping their privacy and personal information secure, and not really liking the AI generative content suggested to them. But one of them even suggested, to implement similar features of some dating apps. But, well, while they probably would like the idea of, having a bit of control of the content they see, two of them don't want, wanted a way where people are not in the echo chamber, but also making sure that the content should not be on the platform or violates, guidelines or off. So the approach, while similar to the design, it's important to figure out a way where there is a possibility, a balance, where people are allowed to choose the content they want to see, but not be in an echo chamber, which is why I added a way where candidates suggests to our users. But then, after this, I create personas. Here's the first one, Jerry. And then here's Chandler. And then finally, Veronica. Now, what do all three of them have in common? They want to meet people and form possible friendships. But they do not like ads that are fraudulent or fake. They even want to meet people that are like-minded, in terms of shared interests, like development, psychology, something that they can start kind of a business with, something that can network, if you will, That's why it's also, an application to network with people, to exchange ideas. But they also want to, experience, commonality in terms of interests. And, well, they all have an experience with the internet and communication, regardless if it's in person, phone, or even a simple email. But, of course, they don't trust social media with their app personal information. But the interesting part is the age range is indeed 18 to 30, but most are in their 20s. And it can even be split down the middle in terms of the genders of the app, men and women in particular. And of course, the user, they want a balance between moderation while not being an echo chamber. So afterwards, what happened? Okay, the interview. I sketched, I made a blueprint with Figma, and then I conducted a user test. Now, was it successful with 3 users? Oh, yes. Oh, definitely yes. But then it also came with some insights. What's the insights? The colors. The colors were bland. It's boring. Yes, it's a function. Well, we'll get to that in a minute. But it's bland. It's too flat. It's so flat. It's even so boring than my whiteboard. But also, the buttons need to be more simplified. It's words. It's like, okay. It's kind of like, it's almost like, they don't trust the intelligence, just a simple check mark or an X. Swipe right or swipe. But yeah, there's not much functionality, The scrolling, there's not scrolling. The messages are confusing. Oh yeah, speaking of messaging, one of them said, please fix the messaging one. Please, I can't even tell the difference. Well, to the person who suggested this, that was a very good and a very crucial one. Because afterwards, after this, shortly after, I have created the finalized prototype, which I will now demonstrate to you all. So as you can see, we're at the main intro. This is kind of what it will look like, the beginning of the app. Sort of. I'll show you a bit of it later bit. But let's say you're a new user. Go here, you type your thing, and once you're done, you click here. Boom! You're at the main screen right now. So before we get to that, if we click here, we have a way to input the location. You can message, as you can see right here, and there's a way to go back. Boom. And finally, we got this, where, yes, you can type, but also you can see the posts on the application. But more importantly, finally, after that iterative, just a usability test, you finally can swipe left, right, or even left. But remember when I said sort of? Well, you see that moon? Boom! It's now dark mode, baby. That's right. You can go dark mode, just a simple press of a button. The best part, it's accessible. You can just change it. Now, this is the alpha build, if you will. Actually, it's more of a beta build. But if it was the next build, I would have included this in the settings. Heck, it might just be kept here. Just because it's accessible to user. And that way they can always go back to dark mode or to light mode. So overall, this application will allow people to connect the world. So if you want an application that allows people to come out of their home, encourage your fellow introverts to go out there, befriend, network, or even get some ideas like putting ketchup on mac and cheese. Trust and friend